Good evening, everybody. And actually, I have heard about this talk in the last year as well. So my first question is this really so tough? So I just try to have to take this challenge and then to see is this really tough or that, and I face it. So that's why I would like to share with you my experience, what I have experienced in the last year. Okay. So before that, I'll just give you a little bit background of myself. And I'm the general manager for the reinsurer, Mirror Reinsurance Company. And I have the 17 years of experience working in Hong Kong, Taiwan, and also Malaysia before. So what I try to do is, as for your basic background, so I'm an actuary. So it's a very technical background, always come up with some mathematics, but not the business element. And that's why I come up with this course. And I'm also the MBA Deanist and lifetime member for the Beta Gamma Sigma. And I will become the president of the Actuarial Society of Hong Kong in the next year. So I think what I try to do is I want to share with you my background, which is completely out of the entrepreneur, because I'm not taking the style of the company, but I also want to share with you what I have learned from this experience. Right. So before we have I've shared with you what I have learned, and let's have a step back before. And so, why do you want to join the MBA? I think this is also the very this is also frequent questions you ask yourself, because I just like all of you, and I take the MBA around 2 years before, and every Saturday I spend a whole afternoon, and then for 2 consecutive afternoons, and then one for the whole day. And then I think about that, why I spend so much time on this kind of course, and that's why it always come up with my reflection. So, any ideas of what you want after you join the MBA? Anyone could share with me? So, why do you want to join the MBA? So, nobody come up with this question. Do you have any reflection, or are you regret? Right.
Hi, my name is Jimmy. So
yeah.
It's for kind of gaining new experiences and to meet new people. So that suppose we all are coming from different backgrounds, so we tend to kind of learn a lot from each other because our thinking does not match. So that we can, and when we kind of combine all these things, we can think out of box, like the professor said. So, and so if we all kind of combine together our knowledge, our thoughts, so we can create something which is out of the box, and it can be the next big thing.
Yeah, it's true. Any other answer? Okay.
Well, I won't agree to him much. The first, I won't agree to him much. The first intention that we need to do an MBA is better career prospects, better salary, change in the job function and all that. So that is our first motive, rather than developing some different perspectives and out of the thinking.
Yeah. Sure. And who else can share with me about your thinking? Alright.
Okay, I think the most important thing for me is to keep the spirit of study. It's not important that we know something. It's the importance of the spirit of study. I just want to gain knowledge about the financial market, to make friends from different cultural background, and polish my English. And I think the most important thing is for me is to keep the spirit of study.
Right.
My English is good.
To me, is one aim is how to scale a global operation. So that's why I joined. And now it's more like how I'm being challenged, thinking, bam.
Yeah. Right. And I think it's okay, alright.
I think most of us have the same goal, is to want to achieve more senior level and to get more salary. I think most of us the same goal. And moreover, my purpose is to want to expand my network and want to meet more friends from different area. And all of us is very specialist in the society and the industry. So I would like to have the discuss to with more specialist people.
Right, right. Yeah. I think this is all you always come up with some similar goal, and this is also part of my thinking as well. And that's why, and at the end of the my graduation, I also share with the public regarding what I have learned, and particularly, and it's not a coincidence, and I have already have the highlight for this course for the entrepreneur. But I think this is particular because this is in Chinese, and this is also the letter is very small. But I will try to sum up what I have learned in the coming section as well. But what I try to do, why I just want to share with you this newspaper, is not because this is very cool for my image. It's because it's, after 2 years, you always have some reflection. You have some reflection, you just think about that this is the most important you want to share with the other people. And this is not the coincidence, it's also not by luck. And I will share with the public. Entrepreneur is something which give me a lot of the impact in my life, in the coming life. Right. So I think it's, I try to have a big background regarding my technical perspective because I'm the actuary or maybe the mathematician. And why I try to say this is not because I want to share with you my background is so strong. It's because I just want to tell you is I have completely none of this background of this project. Because we are given the work, it's a project is we need to raise 10 million Taiwan dollar for a restaurant like this. And I just share with you my background, right? So I completely have no experience in a restaurant. And particularly, this restaurant is not a very normal restaurant. This is the restaurant operated by the sort of the disabled people over there. It's sort of the social enterprise. What they try to do is they have the clear objective. They want to help the disabled people, but with the normal salary because they want to give the very dignity for them. Yeah, it's just quite fair. But the question is, if we have come up with this restaurant, how we could raise 10 million, particularly within 4 weeks' time. It's only 4 weeks' time. So we have the 4 people, and then we have 4 weeks resources, and then we need to get everything done. And for me, this is very, we come up with a lot of challenge, just like Wilton is, because I just listened to his presentation, I can see, actually I should put my photo over there. I'm the one is suspended by him again and again. And so there are lots of the challenge over there. So I think the first one is, I also share with you, this is the fundraising model is, I think it's impossible. And we have a lot of discussions on how we could have the fundraising for the restaurant in Taiwan. What we try to do is, okay, so we fly to Taiwan, we fly to Taipei over there and taste the noodle to see whether it is good or not, right? If we have a restaurant, what do you think about what's the business model? The most important is what? It's food, right? If it is delicious, then it is very good already. We fly over there and then we taste over there and then say, oh my God. We fall into a trap. And then we just say that it's, how come? So how can we raise the money over there? And we think a lot of the idea, it's a lot. And then to be honest, this is really impossible for the fundraising for this kind of the restaurant because if you are very familiar with the financial industry, and there is seldom restaurant they are doing the fundraising. It's very seldom because that kind of the industry is not really promising. And we go over there and then say, oh no, how can we do this? And this is also very unfair. We believe that this is that end. There's nothing we can do. And we also have to be honest, we are also very unfamiliar with this kind of the industry. So what is the business model? And particularly, this is the most questions I'm thinking. We need to have a presentation, 10 minutes, raise 10 million. It means for what? So I come here, I speak for 1 minute, then I'll raise 1 million. What should I do? What should I say? I come here, maybe right now I have already shared with you in 5 minutes already, and then I need to have the 5 millions to raise already. So what should we do is, we have a lot of the questions, and how can we achieve, we think about that this is impossible. This is really tough job, it's something we have faced with this challenge, and there are lots of the question marks you can't do. And then we have think about that, there is a lots of things we need to, in order to tackle this. I think the first one is never give up. You need to always think about that, and we have a lot of discussion with Milton, and then we think about it, we should have solution 1, solution 2, solution 3, a lot of the solution. We have the single one, and he is very nice to chat with us until 11, until sometime until 12 is, I don't know why he can stay so long. Like, it is really appreciated, but it's, yeah. But the question is, at the end of the day, and he gives us a very good hints. No matter what we did, what is the business model, it doesn't work. Because once you have replaced all the disabled with the normal people, because they also have the normal salary, right? And then the performance will go up, and the revenue will enhance. So it means that we need to think about out of the box. This is echo with the professors saying this is not the very standard model saying that we have a very good performance so that we have raised a lot of money, and we need to think from the other perspective what we need to do in order to raise it. At the end of the day, we have come up with something like charity concept, and we have come up with a lot of the very rich people, and if you can do this, you have the social impact just like what you're saying. And then that's why we have successfully found a lot of the investors, they really want to contribute to the society instead of the investment, but they're willing to do this kind of stuff. And we also have a lot of the, what we try to do is we have done a lot of stuff. We haven't mentioned, we have tried to Taiwan, we have tried to understand the business model, and then we also have the extended discussion. And at that moment, we need to really believe ourselves. Sky is the limit. You can't, because you can't, at that moment, you can't afford not to believe about this already, because if you believe that you can't do anything on this case. And we need to really insist. And the key takeaway is, the first one, you need to believe yourself, you never give up. Because I have mentioned, I'm working in the insurance company, and for whatever the, I'm the sort of the wholesale of the insurance company. So what I need to do is I need to have a lot of the tender, and then every days the insurance company give me the tender, and then I need to bid, and I need to fight every day. And so if I'm the beaten, then I need to stand up very quickly. So and then until I will be banned by another task, just like what Wilson said. But we need to be very, very positive. I need to think out of the box, because for the current situation, I can see for whatever the industry, innovation, thinking out of the box will be very, very important. If we keep on trying to do the traditional way, probably you can still survive. But you don't think about that, you cannot stand there. That's very important. And the other one is we have also boost our confidence and strengthen the problem solving, because every time we face up with the loss of the problem, we are particularly under the very constrained time just within a few weeks. And then in these few weeks, actually we have 2 weeks in the US for us to go to the Silicon Valley, because we have the graduation trip. So we lost 2 weeks as well during that time. That's why I can say that this project is really tough. It is really real, and it's not just saying, because I don't believe this is very tough. And I particularly told Professor Wilson said I have the extra credit, and then actually I have taken the Cambridge trip. That's why they asked me to give up this entrepreneurial course, because I'm the over credit already. And then I told him I really want to do this. Because if I really want to learn, I want to experience, that's why I take the extra credit. But it's really tough. I fall into this trap. But from the other angle, I learned really a lot. And I'm also very happy to extend my network, because there will be, I think Professor Wilson will share with you when you do this project, and he will have to invite a panel of the venture capitalists and also the very senior people, and to give you some advice. I'm very happy, and Professor Wilson also invites me to that panel as well. and that gives me the further network and how could we raise the fund, and even there is the several advantage in that panel. I could also have learned a lot of idea because there are so many people, they have the innovative idea, and this is something we really need to learn. And I think that is the network that is really helpful in my career as well. So in a nutshell, and after my EMBA life, I'm from a chief factory, from the very technical person, I become the business person. From a general manager, taking care for my company, for the Munich Reinsurance Company, for both Hong Kong and Taiwan business as well. And I think there will be the more, and also I will be the president, haven't mentioned I will be the president for the actuals around Hong Kong in the next year. And I'm sure I will face a loss and a loss challenge in the coming year and in the coming future as well. But I think through this course, what I have learned is I have both a lot of confidence. It's not because I know how to raise the fund for the restaurant. It's because I believe even I'm facing something which is impossible or something I'm not familiar, I'm still overcome for this. So this is something I have the very great experience. And particularly, I also have a lot of the friendship, and this is the project we have worked for the report until the last day of the 5:54 a.m. And then we will submit the report on the 9 a.m. And this is the time we have worked until we have got, because the time frame is very tight. And hopefully you guys don't need to do this. But this is what we have learned, and until for the last time as we work overnight and until we get the report done, it's really tough. But we have gone through. We have my teammate Tina, so accompany us to go through all the process, and then you will have a lot of the friendship, lots of the memory, and lots of the experience you have experienced before. That's why you believe yourself no matter what, and you'll overcome in the future. So I believe that you guys are very diligent, and you will do even better than myself. I really hope that you will learn really something from this course and also from your MBA, and best wishes for all of you.